Senator Fawcett.
Thank you, Deputy President. I too rise to take note on the answers, but more particularly take note on the questions. Here we are at a time when South Australia has the highest unemployment in the nation, and we're seeing people leaving jobs, and every question in question time from those opposite goes to the issue of this Royal Commission. Now, no matter what Senator Gallagher says about apprehended bias, it doesn't change the facts. The facts are that what the Royal Commission is exposing is that there is deep-seated corruption within the union movement. We've seen a number of things revealed during this Royal Commission that talks about the bribes, the blackmail, the bullying, the criminal offences that, as a direct result of this Royal Commission, have seen union organisers arrested and charged with criminal offences. It's seen the tight linkages between the union movement and members opposite. It's seen Mr Shorten, as Leader of the Opposition, scramble after 8 years of hiding a $40,000 donation to his campaign, scramble to correct the record before the light of transparency provided by this Royal Commission shone onto his circumstance. And so they are defending, to use Senator Gallagher's word, they are defending the indefensible, not just because of that conduct, but more importantly, looking at the things that are important to Australians, things like the economy and jobs for our citizens and our children. The union movement is now running a scare campaign against initiatives of this government around things like free trade agreements. This government has signed 3 free trade agreements that former governments, particularly the former Labor government, were never able to achieve. And yet we have the ETU, the Electrical Trades Union, coming out blatantly lying on TV about the impact on jobs of the free trade agreement. Anyone who watches TV at the moment will see the consistent ads coming up, always designed to tug at the heartstrings of a family and a dad talking to his son, saying how jobs won't be available because Tony Abbott didn't choose him. Well, Deputy President, we had in the Joint Standing Committee looking at treaties, the Foreign Affairs and Trade departments come in and were questioned at length by Labor Party members of that committee, at length on this issue. And what became clear, answer after answer after answer, was that that campaign by the unions is just wrong. It is inaccurate, and they are peddling lies as a scare campaign because they see this as an opportunity to bolster the political stakes for the Labor Party heading into the next election. What is very clear from the department, and they provided quite detailed explanations, is that China has been brought into line with most other countries in the world in terms of how Australia deals with them, and all workers who come in have to have the relevant qualifications. There has to be market testing, jobs have to be advertised, Australians have to get first choice. Anyone who is brought in, there are time limits, they have to be paid Australian wages and conditions. All of the claims of the union movement are wrong. And that's why it's so disappointing that the opposition would spend this whole question time debating around the motivations of the Commissioner rather than addressing the substance of the evidence which has emerged during the Commission about the fact that the union movement, which now represents a very small percentage of the Australian workforce, for political reasons is actually undermining measures taken by this government to create jobs, grow our economy and provide our young people with a future. If there is a failure of leadership, if there is a failure of judgment, surely it is the focus of the opposition on short-term political expediency as opposed to calling their supporters, and unions do have a place, I'm the first one to acknowledge that, but they should be calling them to account for the corrupt activity, calling them to account for the lies, which are economic vandalism and sabotage for the future of this nation.
Senator Billick.
Mr. President.